Hello, my name is Marquay West. I attend Carrier City Senior High School. I am a 10th grader doing a interview project for you today for English 2, Period 8, assignment, the final story. This afternoon, I'm going to be doing a one-on-one interview with someone dear to my heart, Miss Barbara Taylor. So, Miss Barbara, tell me about yourself.
What would you like to know?
How old are you?
I am 59 and a half years old. I'll be 60 years old September 19, 2019.
Are you married?
Yes, I am married to my wonderful husband, Dawn. We've been married 28 years, well, happily married 28 years or more.
How many children do you have?
I have been blessed to have 7 children. Marquay's mother is my first. She's my oldest. Along with 3 other girls and 3 other boys.
So, Miss Barbara, do you have any grandchildren?
Yes, I have grandchildren that are wonderful, respectful, polite, determined, smart, and just well-rounded. I love them dearly. I try to spend as much time as I can with them. They love me too. They show me during my holidays, birthdays, special occasions, get-togethers.
So, out of all your kids, how many grandchildren do you have?
I have, I think is 18 grandchildren. Marquay is the oldest boy from my set of grandchildren, and he's their role model.
So, Miss Barbara, you sound like a very smart lady. How old were you when you started school?
My mom moved to Miami, Florida when I was 5. I was not old enough to go to school that year, so I had to wait until the next year. I was almost 6, but I was learning my ABCs and I was learning how to write my name so I could be prepared when I did start school.
So, not many people have done this. Did you graduate from high school?
Oh, I love school. I had a lot of cousins that was educators, teachers, a lot of family members that taught at colleges and high school, and they inspired me to go into education. So I know in order to go into a field such as education, I needed to go to college. But I had to reach my goal of finishing high school, where I attended Miami-Jackson Senior High. Go Generals!
All right, what's the name of the college you attended?
Okay, after I finished college and I was so outstanding, with my academics, I decided to go. At first, I was going to attend Florida Memorial College, but I did some research and a lot of the credits were not transferable. So I saw a counselor and I researched some classes at Florida International University, and I visited both campus, the North Campus and the Biscayne Campus, and I was sold. There was a new school back then in '97, and I just wanted to be a part of it, so I enrolled at FIU.
So, Miss Barbara, who do you work for?
I am employed with Miami-Dade County. I work with the juvenile division. It's called Juvenile Services Department. Is the juvenile jail, and we deal with any youth that's 17 and younger that gets arrested in Miami-Dade County. I work at the processing center. So when the police officer brings a child that has been arrested or charged with a crime, they come to my facility, they're fingerprinted, mugshot, their criminal charges go into the system, and we keep an account of those charges.
All right, so Miss Barbara, how many kids do you see a day?
Well, it's very hard to predict how many children we get per day. Sometimes we get 0 children in the run of an 8-hour day. Sometimes we get 15. It varies. The school, we can predict that the school board is the one that brings most of our kids to the facility.
All right, so let's start from the beginning. What year did you started working for the county?
I started working for Miami-Dade County May 19, 1997.
So, what is the name of your job/position?
My job position is called Juvenile Assessment Counselor. I ask the child's name, parents' name, any demographics. Do they go to school? Do they have any issues like drugs, alcohol, anger, anything like that?
What duties do you perform there?
I enter all of that information into a database. And the database helped me determine whether or not that particular child needs services like help with school. Do your family need any help with any drug or alcohol issues, employment, schooling, counseling? Do they need medication for anything? Any services that we can provide, my duties are to help provide those services.
So, Miss Barbara, we already got all the educational, family, and employment stuff out the way. What was your best and worst childhood experiences?
Okay, let me just make sure. Okay, my best childhood experience was in school. I think I want to say I was in high school, and I saw the teachers and the administrators. They was, running around and preparing, and I didn't have a clue what was going on. So they had, like a big trophy up there and all these different kind of things. We was getting ready for a ceremony. So they said, we're going to present this award to a special person who deserves it. So, in my mind, I wasn't thinking it could ever be me. So, we all gathered in the auditorium, and they, got seated, and our principal got up and on the stage and said, we want to present an award to a student that has worked hard from the day she entered Miami-Jackson Senior High School. We are so proud of her. And I'm just sitting there not paying any attention. I think I was maybe distracted and watching something that was going on across the room. And they said, and the outstanding academic award goes to Barbara Taylor. So I just sit there, and the person sitting next to me hunched me with her elbow and say, they call your name. I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. And that just motivated me to continue to go on. And that's probably what helped me to get to college that moment. So now for the second part of your question, what was my worst childhood experience? Well, I want to say I was a teenager, and I went for my first job interview. I was pretty sure I was going to get the job. I was prepared. I knew what to say. But I took a friend with me. And I stepped out of the office where I was sitting waiting to be interviewed for the job, and went to the ladies' room. I couldn't have stayed no more than 2 minutes. And I came back and I didn't see my friend anywhere. So maybe about 10 minutes later, one of the doors of the office opened. And my friend came out excited. Guess what? Guess what? I just got a job. I just got a job. So I told the gentleman, I said, excuse me, sir, but I gave them my name. My name is Barbara Taylor. I came for the job interview. I'm sorry, ma'am. When we called your name, you didn't answer. So we gave this young lady the job. That was my worst childhood experience.
So, Miss Barbara, you seem like a interesting woman. What are one of your goals?
Oh wow, one of my many goals. Well, I had so many, and I'll probably still have some goals. And I try not to set any new goals until I accomplish the old ones. It's one goal that I set for myself long time ago. And I think I'm coming very close to that goal. My goal is to continue working for the next 2 years, because I think I still have a lot to offer as a productive member of society. I want to continue working for the next 2 years, and by that time, I want to retire from my employer, and if my health holds up, I want to start traveling. I want my first trip to be to Africa, Nigeria. I'm very interested in the culture and their way of life.
So, we moving on. Question 4: who was your inspiration, and why that person inspires you?
Marquay, that's a very interesting question. When a lot of people inspired me, but your question was, who was your inspiration? And my inspiration was my mother, because she was a hardworking lady, and she just wanted to make a better life, a better future for her children. And when I think back how hard that lady fought for me to be, or me and my siblings to be, the people that we are today, there's nobody else that can come close in comparison to her. My mother was a single lady, but She spent time with us. She did things with us. She took us places. She made sure we saw things so we would have an imagination. She made sure we go to school every day. She made sure that we was obedient. We were not disrespectful. She made sure that we respect our elders. That was like the ultimate. And because she made sure that I got the start that I needed to have a healthy life of my own, I don't think nobody else would have cared for me and my brothers and sisters the way she cared. So she is my inspiration, my mother.
Okay, Miss Barbara Taylor. What is your biggest regret, and why?
Well, Marquay, I don't have... Well, I'll rephrase that. I do have one regret. When I started out on my life's journey, my ultimate goal was to be an elementary education teacher because all of my cousins were, and they were so creative and I mean, they really had a passion for what they did. And I developed a passion for teaching. I love children. I love to teach children. I have a way with children. I have a way to engage them, keep them inclined, by the way I speak and the way I present myself and in the tone and my voice. I think I had all that it took to be a successful teacher. But when I finished college, I was going to take a job in Chicago, Illinois with their school system. And I was all ready to go. And then I got a call from the Metro-Dade Police Department offering me a job working with youths. So I made the decision not to go and take the teaching job. Instead, I took a job with Miami-Dade County Juvenile Services Department because I did an evaluation. I analyzed. I said, well, I won't be reaching the children on an educational level. I'll be reaching them in another aspect in their lives. But when I have those children in front of me, I will try to give them everything that they need knowledge-wise so they won't make a mistake again and they have to sit in front of me in an interview room because they were arrested for a crime. And I think that I'm working with children originally like I wanted to, but I should have taken that teaching job, done more with that. So that's my regret, not taking that teacher's job in Chicago, Illinois, back in 1997.
So, Ms. Barbara, this is a very personal question. What was your reaction when my mom was having a baby?
Makway, when your mom first told me she was having her first baby, she was 21 years old. She had a very good job, her own apartment, her own car. So I was very excited. And I hope my reaction came over that way because I wanted my daughter to feel how excited I was, how supportive I was when I got the news. Because I did not have any grandchildren when Makway's mom told me she was having a baby. I love children, and I just was thanking God every moment that gonna bring a new person into our lives, and my daughter has grown up to be a young lady, a responsible one at that. And now she was going to have to be responsible for a little person too. And I just wanted to see if everything I had taught her, did it resonate. And I wanted to see if she was going to be the best mother that she can be, because that's what I taught her to be. So when she told me she was expecting, and I was excited because I'm like, is it a boy? Is it a girl? Oh my God. Oh. And then, when she told me it was a girl, we was happy because of course, the stores have so many beautiful baby things. So I was excited to go shopping.
So, Miss Barbara Taylor, who were my distant relatives and who would give the best advice?
Makway, believe it or not, you will be very interested in your distant relatives because I am. I was told, and I believe because I did see my great-grandmother when I was smaller. She was Indian. I can't remember what tribe. I can't remember if they say the Pequot tribe or whatever. I would love to go on Ancestry.com and try to, track or try to trace our family history. I remember my great-grandma's face just like it was yesterday. She was this little Indian lady. She had 2 plaits. They looked like silk. I have never seen hair on anybody's head such as hers. She had 2 long plaits, and they reached the floor. And I had never seen anything like that before in my life. So, my distant relatives are Indian, for sure.
In the second part, who would give the best advice?
Well, my mother will give the best advice. Trust me on that one. I have gotten tons of advice. And my mother, if she was in this interview, Makway, she would advise you to continue working hard, continuing to do your best, and you will surely succeed if you just follow those few things.
So finally, Miss Barbara, when you were younger, did you ever have any thoughts of changing yourself to be a part of the white community?
That's an interesting question because as I think back, and I did change myself to a certain extent to be part of the white, because I remember I used to wear like an afro, which is called like a natural. And because my classmates had silky hair that used to blow in the wind and all of that kind of stuff, and I wanted my hair to be like that, my mom permed my hair. And my hair was nice and silky and soft. And it's only because I wanted my hair to be like not the girls that was my nationality, but the other nationalities. But I continue with my beliefs, but I did do something to be a part of the white community, and that was to perm my hair so I can brush it back with ease and put a clamp on it, and it was just bounce and sling around, With the natural afro, my hair wouldn't do that until my mom put the perm on it. And I did that, perm my hair, for a lot of years to keep that look and that image, because I didn't want anybody to know I had nappy hair.
All right, so Miss Barbara, thank you for your time in this 30-minute long interview.
That's all the questions, really? Okay.
I hope to see you again sometime soon. And see you later.